you are well. This is part 2 of the process video. It is, I think, a day or 2 later from the last bit. I have put up the first part, so I've heard questions and things. This little bin got a mention, and I want to say it is a Starbucks bag. Literally something that your Starbucks would come in. I bought a tumbler in Japan, and that was obviously what was inside, Tokyo tumbler. And so I loved the bag so much that I literally just chopped off half of it, and then it now opens up like this and is like a little bin. Now I actually saw something similar on Rainbow Holic TV's thing, and that's what gave me the idea, because I loved the pink print inside. So it's not something fancy, you don't have to make it. I mean, you probably could make something like that, but it's literally a paper bag that I fold up and will fit in my A5. It doesn't quite fit in here, but it will fit in my A5 if I want to take it with me. But that's all it is, and it's purely because my hoarding tendencies didn't want to throw out the beautiful pink bag, basically. I had trouble with the silhouette sticker paper, but now that it's been quite a couple of days later, these don't rub now, whereas before they were rubbing, so I can use my clear ones. I've also got my normal ones, so they're ready to go. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's too much ink. Maybe I'm just really impatient and don't want things to dry, but it really annoys me that they don't work. The Avery sticker paper would not work on my printer either, so I've had to put that aside to give to Sian. So whenever I need some clear stickers, I'm going to get her to print me some. So I have played with some of the Traveller's Factory washi tape, but you would have already seen that in my haul, or it's coming. I couldn't work out which one to put up first, so I was just playing with the Traveller's Factory washi tape in my journal and playing with the concept of using these as almost like a tip-in memory monster sort of thing. So I've kind of been playing a little bit. I've got a little bit more writing to do, and I've been sticking a few of my little monsters. I have this little bag here with all my little, what do you call them? I'm going to turn this down like so, with all my little stickers in there. Yeah, there they are. So all the little miniatures ones are in there. I did quickly put this together for this little memory card that I'm going to stick on there and do that. I don't know if I want to sit here and build tip-ins, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to go with the flow and journal like nobody is watching, because I don't want to push myself into doing something that I don't want to work on today. But I know you guys were really enjoying the process video, so I want to keep working in my journal. But part of me wants to flip between things like I normally do when I feel stuck. I'm not trying to try and sit here and push. I did print out some of my washi tape, which I will pop up some overlays, because I want these to become some of the experience of my Japan trip. So that may seem silly, but stuff like the traveler's notebooks and things that I purchased that I consider a souvenir, obviously I can't put them into my journal, so I'm going to take photos of some of my favorite things and use them as tip-ins or use them as a photo feature, that sort of thing, because it's part of the experience as well. And I can journal down here. I literally just put my black and white tape on my yellow board and then took photos. And the other one is around here somewhere as well, because I got also the markers. God, I always try and set up so I know where everything is, and then I just get lost the instant I turn the camera on. I have another photo with the tips of the tips of my markers, but of course now that I've put everything around here, I now can't find, oh, it's right there. So these are the Neko Pico markers, and I wanted to do swatches for those, so I am going to do that in this video as well, because it's part of this sort of area of things. I have added a few little odds and ends here and there on the couch. These are actually the labels of some washi tape. So this is how I'll probably put some of the haul into this process video, with like overlays of stuff like that. These are the two really fancy washi tapes that were, I think, $5 a roll, and I opened them up and they're actually numbers and months, but in a really quirky way. So I will probably show them to you during the process of this video. But yeah, this is going to go here. This is also another washi tape. I bought one with like beautiful watercolor pictures, and because I didn't get to see the cherry blossoms because we'd missed them, I actually picked up this purely for this one little thing. This is the little logo for it, so it's like a mini version of this. This is BGM, and I'm pretty sure BGM did a few of the watercolory ones that I picked up myself, which you'll see as I go. But I'm gonna not chat, I'm gonna sit down, make myself a cup of tea and just journal, and if I feel the need to add a voiceover or pop back in and have a little chat, I will, because that seemed to be the general gist, is that you liked that sort of thing. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to journal as is, and if I have footage from the vlog, I'll pop it in. If I don't, we'll see, because I want to build some tip-ins. I want to add that Don Quixote photo as a tag and that sort of thing, so that will probably go there, or it will go on another one because this is a different tip-in. But yeah, I think I may work on tip-ins, I'm not quite sure, but like I said, I'm just going to do what I do and pretend there's no camera, because I seem to be more relaxed when I'm not thinking. I probably will end up calling my mum, because that's also what I do when I want to relax. So that is what I'm going to do. Go grab a cup of tea. Feel free to journal along with me. Get your journals out, get your collage sheets out, whatever you want to do is a-okay with me. I've got like bits of ephemera everywhere basically, but I really would like to play with the Studio Ghibli stuff. There's so many things that I just want to do, and this is my problem. I get sort of caught up in all the ephemera and, oh, I want to print that photo and I want to print that photo, but I can't do it all. But I need to make sure that I do it, because this is what happens. I get a little bit overwhelmed. See, I've got a picture from Disney that I want to put at the back, Studio Ghibli pictures, that sort of thing. So I need to get some of the little pictures from here that I printed. Studio Ghibli is there. That's actually my dad, but that's not from this trip. This was a photo that I got from my auntie when I was visiting her after my cousin passed away. So it was a nice picture of my dad. So and I haven't put some of the photos from the actual spread in, like our drinks and the little map to get to our hotel. So yeah, there's a lot of chaos, but I like to work in the creative chaos. I'm okay with that. So travel along with me. Just let me get all my photos out. Lawson Life, that sort of thing. All these photos that need to go into that spread. And this is me and my sister. She sent this to me on my birthday with a beautiful message. So I've printed that a couple of times to put in my planner, to put in my journal. So I've got a lot of non-trip stuff in here, but that's okay. That's because this little pouch holds more than just my trip photos. It carries all the photos. So I'll put some of the non-trip stuff back in there, like my dad and my tag from a Mother's Day gift. But yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling now, make a cup of tea, call my mother, and make some journal magic happen. Let's go, babes!
I try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you, there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you, I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're
It's not easy, but I'm feeling stronger with you. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Sometimes
I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I'll give you my everything. It's not much, but it's all I have.
You know we could run to a place where we belong, but I need you there with me to go on. Sometimes I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me. No, I can't get enough of what you do. The one who saves me. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me. Looking for my mother's eyes as I'm staying close to the mirror. A lock of gold, a secret smile, little things I remember. Place a hand upon my heart as her, she was a believer. Sometimes I can feel her arms holding me as forever. Time changes everything, and everything will change in time. Love changes every heart, and any heart can change you. I see in you my mother's eyes, and I lay your head to my shoulder. A lock of gold, a secret smile, I will tell you when you get older. I place a hand upon your heart, every beat is taking me over. And I will hold you in my arms, pretend we'll stay here forever. Time changes everything, and everything will change in time. Love changes every heart, and any heart can change you. Je call, I fall. There's a legacy between
this is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a rage. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day to live.
Alright, I am just working on writing some of my feelings and thoughts about the trip and talking about the convenience stores and the fun stuff that we found in there and trying all the different foods and the different drinks and things like that. So that's kind of where my journaling is headed for these 2 pages, because essentially this is where we didn't actually go anywhere on the first sort of night, just sort of this sort of entry level stuff. And then I'm gonna start working through the Mega Don Quixote, and I've put like the swatches on the back, and I've just sort of scribbled those when I was sitting on the couch. Now I think I'm probably gonna tip this in here and have this overlaid. So they're the markers there, and obviously the swatches are there, so when you pull them out like this, you'll kind of see it kind of like that. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to turn this into a space for journaling, so add some journaling over the top, obviously with something that will write over photographs. I've layered over one of the stickers to sort of give it, I'm not sure if I love doing that, but I kind of like how it will all look in the end. So I like all the graphicness of it all. And then I'm gonna start working through some of this. I think, I know that this spot will be for some sort of illustration. That's what I had it there for. So I'm trying to decide what I wanna put there. Because day 2 will be here, and this is where like the Traveler's Notebook stuff was, and the Sailor Moon store. So a lot of the bigger things are here. I may have to move day 2 up a page or 2, probably like in here, because I know we did a whole lot of stuff and I've got a lot of ephemera. So day 2 may have to get moved to around about, I think maybe here, because I've got these pages here and I probably could journal and do an illustration here, and then leave that as is, and then start day 2. So I might have to do a little cluster here because I've got like the traveler's notebook stuff, and I've got the Sailor Moon stuff, and the photo places and stuff that was on the same day. We packed a lot into that day. I remember being absolutely exhausted. So the cute little photos and things. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my timelines all sorted out. But I just want to sit down on the couch and quickly do my journaling so that I don't stall for very long. Plus I have to go pick up my kids soon, but because this is a process video, I don't mind keeping on working while they do their homework because I'm literally right next to the dining table. But yeah, I kind of love the feel of how this desk is looking. So I might snap a picture for the blog post with all the pink and the yellow and the ephemera and stuff. I kind of like how it looks on the camera that I can see. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm going. I'm enjoying the whole process. I've sort of popped a little picture of hubby and I here, and I'm gonna add probably some grid paper or something to do a little bit of journaling, that sort of stuff. And I've got to find where I put the his and hers tab that I printed out for it. But I've got like photographs here that need to start getting worked into the journals and the spreads and stuff like that. This was in the train station right near our place. They had a whole Gudetama display, and I think it was an anniversary or something. So they had these really cool 3D things on the pillars of the train station. It was awesome. I loved it. So I snapped pictures of that. So I'll probably have to put that in here somewhere because it was part of the first sort of day or two. But yeah, really cool. There's so much cool stuff in Japan. So many cool things. It's just amazing. Everything about it. I miss it dearly. So I'm gonna go sit on the couch, do some journaling, and then come back and do a bit more process work.
As every ocean come as rain, I know my circles, I know my name. Another sequel is on the way. Oh, oh, my love, reform and rise to be so free.
Okay, now that you've seen me pop on some distress stains, the white was annoying me, and it's just a little bit too wet for me to do anything. I thought I would grab these things. Now they are the We Are Memory Keeper little squares. I bought them because I thought they were cute size. I've had them for ages and I haven't done anything with them, obviously. And they're just 4 little squares. So I checked to see, and I'm just about to move this off to the side because it will fall. So they actually fit quite nicely in here as a tip-in, as you can see. And I thought I would bring in some of the spare change we brought home. I have one note which we didn't get a chance to use up, but I do have a lot of the coins, not heaps, but some still left over. We put a lot of the extra change onto our Pasmo cards, which is there because I know that when we go back to Japan, when we plan another trip, these will still be valid. So we put a lot of our change on our travel cards, and this was the one that I used the most on our trip. This is from Kiki's delivery service. So that's the one I had attached to my handbag. But I thought what I would do is I would pop some of the coins into my journal because I like to do that. Currency is definitely something that I really enjoy especially since it's so very different to our currency. So I thought if I popped some of these into the little squares and make them like a sort of feature of the journal page. So if I put the denomination, so there's 100 yen, which is approximately $1 in there. And then these ones here are 100 as well. This one is a 5, I think. There's 2 with a hole, but I don't think I have the 50. So there's a 5 and a 50 that have holes. And then put that on that side, and then I have the ones here, and then these ones are a 10. So I don't have all the denominations, but I do have some of them. Pop that one in there, and because it's only open on the one side, once I get them all into their respective nooks, what I will do is grab my tape, which is over here, my clear tape, and put a piece of tape down this so that they get sealed into there until further notice. So now technically, oh, they still go into each other's nooks. How am I going to stop that? I'm going to keep them separate. I guess, I'm not quite sure now. If I press it into that hole, will they move? Oh, okay, so all I needed to do was to seal it right down so that they sealed that little gap. And now they will sit in the pockets the way that they're meant to. And now I'm not going to tape this in just yet, but I want to put it in here, probably in the first page, because I don't want it to interfere with my writing on the next page. But if I want to tip it in, I'll just knock some coins out like here, but I also want to pop in the this one. This is around $10, and I want to put it in a place where it's easier to find if we need to get it out for our next trip. And I do want to take the kids to Japan. We're just trying to see if they will be okay with Japan. But I can definitely tip this into here, or in a following page somewhere like this. This is like one of the B-side labels were in here. So I was going to tip the whole thing in, but ours is more plastic and this feels like paper. So I'm scared that if I tip this in with tape, it would rip if I ever tried to remove it for any type of reason. And so I thought if I put it inside one of these little plastic bags, if anything went wrong and we needed to get it out for some reason or another, I could definitely do that. But it's the only note I had left. So I can tip that into the side there and pop this on here so that it's not in the way. And I will be doing the same thing with our US travel journal. I have some of their currency as well, and I did that when we first went for our honeymoon. What I might do is I might just fold this little, oh, I don't want to fold it down because it's got little cherry blossoms on it. That's why I picked it. So I'll just put a little bit of clear tape on the top so it doesn't just pop out the top. But clear tape is my best friend, especially when you're trying to tip something in that you don't want it interfered with washi tape. Clear tape is the best for that sort of stuff. So that is in there. I know you can't see the whole a whole note, but that's okay. It's upside down as well. Good job. But I will definitely be tipping this in. Oh, maybe I could just tip it in because it's not too bad. But I like the idea of layering it over the background. I think I might use let me just grab my yellow bag. And in here I have some of the black and white tapes. I might use the spots. But I honestly see currency as a in such an interesting part of the trip. Well, if I put it there, you can't see the. Let's see. Tip it there and tip it onto the other side. If I knew that we weren't going to use our Pasmo cards again in the future, I would definitely have that card tipped into here as well. But I know that we will go back and use them. They're not like the Metro cards. They're like a one. Oh, that's already fallen in. Oh, that's going to be annoying. I might have to run my sewing machine over these so that they stay in their perspective corners. Because that is really going to annoy me. That they don't stay put. Yeah, we'll see. But I do like them in there as like a little trinket holder, and I think that's really cute. It's nice to know that these actually fit the B6 size, especially if you want to do like little tip-ins with photographs. This is a great way, or little trinkets like I just did there. You could put little shaker things in there and make that a feature. But it will, I just noticed it will pop out just a tad on the side, but that doesn't worry me, it never really does. But I thought that would be a nice little addition to this page. So this one is now all done, all dry I should say, and I'm thinking I might pop in this little guy. I thought about cutting him out and sticking him on so he's not so square, even though I like that he's on an egg. I think we will cut him out, or I will cut him out, because I think it will work in the spread better than if I was to keep, even though I love the yellow and white stripe, because it's such a small photo, you kind of lose the patterning. Now if I was to, we'll keep his little weird egg thing that he's on. Just get rid of the yellow and white striped pattern. And then I can put him, say, up here as a little thing, or up here, make a little collage behind him, a little paper collage, that sort of thing. I've got really big sleeves on. My sleeves are pushing all the papers aside. I ripped up some coloured paper. Maybe some green. We've already got that graphic print behind him, so I don't want to cut that down. We'll stick this sort of thing behind him just to give him some different colours. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So I'll go back to speed mode. I am currently losing a little bit of light, so I'll probably only do a little bit more work, and then I'll continue just working through the journal as whatever parts, it'll come up as part 3, part 4, all that sort of stuff. But I will obviously do some of the journaling off camera so that you don't see it all being done in bits and pieces. Sometimes I'd like to do it at night time, and that footage may end up in like a studio vlog or something. Let me pop all this cash, these coins away. But yeah, I'm talking a little bit quieter because I have my small humans home from school and they are being very, very quiet for me now that it's the afternoon. But I also need to get my convenience store picture in the first 2 days as well. So I will probably pop, maybe if I cut this down, because I really only want the top of the convenience store. Could put, yeah, make it look like he's holding it. Maybe I can pull up his other feet, because my glue skills are so good. Just chop that off, and then that will fit just perfectly underneath there. So I think I'll glue that down now, glue this together, see what else I'm going to do. So I'll do a little bit more and then I'll have to pause for the day because I'm losing light.
Try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here, and the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Till I met you, I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try don't succeed, yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me, the one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on. It's not easy, but I'm feeling stronger with you. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Sometimes
I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try but don't succeed, yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me, the one who saves me. No, I can't get enough of what you do. No, I can't get enough of what you do. Enough of what you do.
I'll give you my everything. It's not much, but it's all I have.
You know we could run to a place where we belong, but I need you there with me to go on. Sometimes